So what we're going to be looking at is how to make an entire website and embed images. I've created a folder called 5website.2016, and in there I have our ice cream float webpage that we've been looking at. I've also created an index webpage that's going to act as our home page. Remember that index.html is always the name of your home page. I've also taken the liberty of taking some of your websites from the homework and incorporated them into our website. So here's an example of what the ice cream float looks like so far. And here's an example of what our main page looks like so far. And if I open up the project, we have all the different files there. You'll also notice that I've created a folder called images. And inside there are the two images that we're going to be working with. This is common when you're working with websites because it's nice to keep things organized. Have your HTML here and your images in a subfolder within the parent folder that we're working with. So let's get started. We'll start with our ice cream float, and what we're going to do, this is the code that we currently have, and what we want to do is we want to add in an image of the float, to make some more interest in our actual web page. So underneath the paragraph, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an IMG tag. What that looks like is IMG, and it's going to have a source. You'll notice that it says that it's required. It has to be there. It's src, basically source without the vowels, equals, and then the nice thing is it allows me to pick where it's going to be, so I can pick, these are the different web pages. That doesn't make any sense. I want to pick something that's within images, so I'm going to do images and then slash, and then I'm going to be picking the float.jpg. It's important that you have the file folder, the slash, and the file name and its extension all being correct. Be careful, images might be a PNG or it might be JPEG without the E, so be careful with that. The other thing you want to add is an alt. That's in case the image isn't there, it doesn't load, or maybe you have a blind person looking at the web page and this would read off what the text is, and we're going to call it ice cream float on a beach. Last thing is, we notice there's a bit of an error there. That's just because we have to close our tag. Image is like the meta tag in that it is a self-closing tag. It doesn't need to be opened and closed like H2 here. It just sits on its own. Let's make sure this worked. And we open it up. Oh, nothing there. It just says ice cream float on the beach. So there's a mistake. Let's go back and see what maybe we did. Maybe I need to be using a different slash. Is that it? Nope, that's not it either. What did I do wrong? Oh, maybe it's that it's images. Slash. Let's try that out. There it is. It's all about making sure that I spell things properly. Just because I forgot that S, it threw everything off. So it's images slash float.jpg. The nice thing about putting that alt in there too is we know that the image was there. There was just something wrong with our source. So it helps us figure out what's going wrong. Alright, so what else can I do with an image? Well, I can also make an image a link. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a link, that's the A tag, and I'm going to add in an href. And within there, I'm going to get it to reference something else. I'm going to get it to reference maybe another website. So we'll do ice cream float recipe There we go, taste of home. Sounds delicious. So I can take that. I'm going to copy and paste that URL and add it into the href there. Close that off. Notice that it's automatically trying to close that. So I'm going to take that link, cut it away, and put it on the other side of the image. And because it's opening up there and closing beneath, I need to make sure I tab it in. So what does that do? Well, if I save that and go back to my website, reload, there it is. Notice how the pointer is changing? That's because it's a link. When I click on it, it follows it to the web page I was talking about. So the A tag has an href attribute, which is what we're going to link to, and the A tag is essentially a link. It's the special tag that we use in HTML to link something. And it can link anything. It can link an image, but we can also use it to link text. So let's look at an example for that. Looking at the index here, we're going to get these to actually link to the web pages themselves. So when I click on this text, it goes to the next web page. So when the web pages are linked together, I've created a website. In order to do that, I can do the A tag, and I'm going to close that right off the bat. And then within the A tag, I'm going to add in the href. And here are the files that I can choose from. So the reference is always relative to where the file is. So here's where index is, and the ice cream float is in the same folder, so I can literally just type in ice cream float. And now, if I look at that page, and reload it, notice how this text has changed. When I click on it, it takes me to my ice cream float, and I can go back. So now I've added a link there. One other feature I wanted to show you how to do is you can actually use pictures in a different way, and that's within CSS. So if I look within the CSS for my main page, for the header, I've made the color white, and I've used font size with a special attribute used EM. So that means that the H1 header is going to be 1.5 times the normal size of the text. That's what the EM stands for. It's a relative size. But what I want to do is I want to use a background image instead of a background color. So what we can do is you can use background, and we use a special property called URL. In the brackets there, I'm going to use quotes, and then I'm going to do the same thing as I did in the ice cream float, which is I'm going to do images slash, and then pick the image that I want, and that was the recipe background. You'll notice in WebStorm it automatically comes with the image. That's kind of a good hint that you're doing the right thing. This one ends in .png, so I need to make sure I have it like that. Save my file, come back, reload. There we go. So there's my recipes header with the image there. In another lesson, we'll look at how to make this a better size so that the image pops through, but it's just good that you understand those basics. So just to review, background images can be done using the background and the URL in CSS. Otherwise, if you want to just input an image into a web page, use the img tag with the source and alt attributes. The A tag allows you to link a web page to another web page, and that link can be around anything. It can surround an image, or it can surround text. Heck, it can surround your entire web page as it currently is. So here in the index, we can see that we're surrounding it here. So what you're going to need to do for the rest of your work is you're going to have to link the rest of these web pages getting that working, and then make sure you also do the work that's been posted for today on Moodle. Good luck.